To conceal this discovery under a complicated cipher, he would have been persecuted as a heretic and would probably have met the fate of other early liberal thinkers. In spite of the rapid progress made by science in the last 250 years, it still remains ignorant concerning many of the original discoveries made by medieval investigators. The only record of these important findings is that contained in the cryptograms of the volumes which they published. While many authors have written on the subject of cryptography, the books most valuable to students of philosophy and religion are Polygraphia and Stegonographia, by Trithemius, Abbot of Spanheim. Mercury, or the Secret and Swift Messenger, by John Wilkins, Bishop of Chester. Oedipus Iptychus and other works by Athanasius Kircher, Society of Jesus. And Cryptomnesis et Cryptography by Gustavus Solenus. Insert. A famous cryptic title page. From Solenus' Cryptomnesis et Cryptography 1 year after the publication of the first great Shakespearean folio, a remarkable volume on cryptogram and ciphers was published. The title page of the work is reproduced above. The year of its publication 1624 was during the Rosicrucian controversy. The translation of the title page is as follows: the Cryptomnesis and Cryptography of Gustavus Solenus in 9 books, to which is added a clear explanation of the system of steganography of John Trithemius, Abbot of Spanheim, and Hermopolis, a man of admirable genius. Interspersed with were the inventions of the author and others. 1624. The author of this volume was believed to be Augustus, Duke of Brunswick. The symbols and emblems ornamenting the title page, however, are conclusive evidence that the fine hand of the Rosicrucians was behind its publication. At the bottom of the picture is a nobleman Bacon, placing his hat on another man's head. In the oval at the top of the plate, it is possible that the lights are beacons, or a play upon the name Bacon. In the 2 side panels are striking and subtle Shakespearean allusions. On the left is a nobleman, possibly Bacon, handing a paper to another man of mean appearance who carries in his hand a spear. At the right, the man who previously carried the spear is shown in the costume of an actor, wearing spurs and blowing a horn. The allusion to the actor blowing his horn and the figure carrying the spear suggests much, especially as spear is the last syllable of the name Shakespeare. Continued. To illustrate the basic differences in their construction and use, the various forms of ciphers are here grouped under 7 general headings. 1. The literal cipher. The most famous of all literal cryptograms is the famous biliteral cipher described by Sir Francis Bacon in his De Augmentis Signarum. Lord Bacon originated the system while still a young man residing in Paris. The biliteral cipher requires the use of 2 styles of type, one an ordinary face and the other specially cut. The differences between the 2 fonts are in many cases so minute that it requires a powerful magnifying glass to detect them. Originally, the cipher messages were concealed only in the italicized words, sentences, or paragraphs, because the italic letters, being more ornate than the Roman letters, offered greater opportunity for concealing the slight but necessary variations. Sometimes the letters vary a trifle in size, at other times in thickness or in their ornamental flourishes. Later, Lord Bacon is believed to have had 2 Roman alphabets specially prepared in which the differences were so trivial that it is almost impossible for experts to distinguish them. A careful inspection of the first 4 Shakespeare folios discloses the use throughout the volumes of several styles of type differing in minute but distinguishable details. It is possible that all the Shakespeare folios contain ciphers running through the text. These ciphers may have been added to the original plays, which are much longer in the folios than in the original quartos, full scenes having been added in some instances. The biliteral cipher was not confined to the writings of Bacon and Shakespeare, however, but appears in many books published during Lord Bacon's lifetime and for nearly a century after his death. In referring to the biliteral cipher, Lord Bacon terms it omnia per omnia. The cipher may run through an entire book and be placed therein at the time of printing without the knowledge of the original author, for it does not necessitate the changing of either words or punctuation. It is possible that this cipher was inserted for political purposes into many documents and volumes published during the 17th century. It is well known that ciphers were used for the same reason as early as the Council of Nicaea. The Baconian biliteral cipher is difficult to use today, owing to the present exact standardization of type and the fact that so few books are now hand-set. Accompanying this chapter are facsimiles of Lord Bacon's biliteral alphabet as it appeared in the 1640 English translation of De Augmentis Signarum. There are 4 alphabets, 2 for the capital and 2 for the small letters. Consider carefully the differences between these 4 and note that each alphabet has the power of either the letter A or the letter B, and that when reading a word its letters are divisible into one of 2 groups, those which correspond to the letter A and those which correspond to the letter B. In order to employ the biliteral cipher, a document must contain 5 times as many letters as there are in the cipher message to be concealed, for it requires 5 letters to conceal 1. The biliteral cipher somewhat resembles a telegraph code in which letters are changed into dots and dashes. According to the biliteral system, however, the dots and dashes are represented respectively by A's and B's. The word biliteral is derived from the fact that all letters of the alphabet may be reduced to either A or B. An example of biliteral writing is shown in one of the accompanying diagrams. In order to demonstrate the working of this cipher, the message concealed within the words wisdom and understanding are more to be desired than riches will now be deciphered. The first step is to discover the letters of each alphabet and replace them by their equivalent A or B in accordance with the key given by Lord Bacon in his biliteral alphabet QV. In the word wisdom, the W is from the B alphabet. Therefore it is replaced by AB. The I is from the A alphabet. Therefore an A is put in its place. The S is also from the A alphabet, but the D belongs to the B alphabet. The O and the M both belong to the A alphabet is replaced by A. By this process the word wisdom become Baba. Treating the remaining words of the sentence in a similar manner, and becomes Aba understanding, A Aba Abab. Ari, Aba. More, Abbb. To, Ab. Be, Ab. Desired, Ababa. Then, Abba. Riches, Ah. The next step is to run all the letters together. Thus by ba 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 ba. All the combinations used in the Baconian biliteral cipher consist of groups containing 5 letters each. Therefore the solid line of letters must be broken into groups of 5 in the following manner: baba aba 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 baba a b b b a ba bab aba aba a. Each of these groups of 5 letters now represents one letter of the cipher, and the actual letter can now be determined by comparing the groups with the alphabetical table, the key to the biliteral cipher, from De Augmentis Signarum QV. Baba equal T, Aba equal E, Aba equal E, Ab equal B, Ababa equal L, Abbb A equal P, Babab equal X, Aba equal E, Aba equal E, A equal A. But the last 5 letters of the word riches being set off by a period from the initial R, the last 5 A's do not count in the cipher. The letters thus extracted are now brought together in order, resulting in T-C. At this point the inquirer might reasonably expect the letters to make intelligible words. But he will very likely be disappointed, for, as in the case above, the letters thus extracted are themselves a cryptogram, doubly involved to discourage those who might have a casual acquaintance with the biliteral system. The next step is to apply the 9 letters to what is commonly called a wheel or disk cipher QV, which consists of 2 alphabets, one revolving around the other in such a manner that numerous transpositions of letters are possible. In the accompanying cut the A of the inner alphabet is opposite the H of the outer alphabet, so that for cipher purposes these letters are interchangeable. The F and M, the P and Y, the W and D, in fact all the letters, may be transposed as shown by the 2 circles. The 9 letters extracted by the biliteral cipher may thus be exchanged for 9 others by the wheel cipher. The 9 letters are considered as being on the inner circle of the wheel and are exchanged for the 9 letters on the outer circle which are opposite the inner letters. By this process the T becomes A. The 2 E's become 2 L's. The B becomes I, the L becomes S, the P becomes W, the X becomes E. And the 2 E's become 2 L's. The result is awsome, which, broken up into words, reads all as well. Of course, by moving the inner disk of the wheel cipher, many different